So to start with, we're going to be doing some chucking, and we're going to be focusing firstly on strings 4, 3, 2, and 1. So there'll be about 1.5 bars before you'll come in with 3/8 note strums in the end of the second bar, and then 3 more in the beginning of the third. So for example, if we count through it, it'd sound something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, and so on. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, and then we continue into the next bar. So to do the chuck, you just rest the fingers lightly over the strings, making sure not to press on the fretboard, but simply muting the strings. Then we're going to focus on the 6th, 5th, and 4th string in the third bar. Now this will come in on the second half of beat 3 as well. I'm going to slow it down a little bit when I count. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. In the 4th bar, or actually it's the 5th bar, I think. Yeah, it is the 5th bar. That previous bar we did was actually bar 4. Just looks a bit funny here on the transcription. So we've got 3/8 notes after that. So if we go from the 4th bar, it's going to sound a bit like this. So it's 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. So in bar 5, we're strumming 3/8 strums on the first 2 beats. So again, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then in the 6th bar, we're going to come in again on the second half of beat 3, but this time we're going to do a triplet strum, followed by 2 1/8 note strums. It's a little bit trickier. Very slowly. And you want to be as wristy as possible with this because it helps to get the speed up. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then 3 more strums in the next bar. So it's 1, 2, 3. And in the final bar of the chucking, we're going to do 2 lots of the 16th note into 2/8 strums. So it should sound like this. So you'll hear the beat. 1, 1. Don't forget, you can use the Guitar Pro transcriptions and slow those down, put a tempo marker in there, and you can actually loop it to practice that. Okay, so we're moving on to the melodic part. We're going to start off by playing the open 6th string 3 times, followed by the 7th on the 5th. Now what you want to be doing here is dampening all these notes when we get to the rest period, and that's going to bring out the offbeat flavor, or characteristic. So note those last 3 notes are all on the off count. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and the next note, the next bar is as well. So those other 2 notes in the bar are the 9th on 3rd, 7th on 5th. So it should sound like this. What we're going to do then is we're going to go the 6th string palm muted open. And then we're going to do a minor scale run from the 8th fret on the 2nd string all the way back to the 7th fret on the 4th string. Note that I'm pulling off there, so 8 to 7, 9 to 7, 9 to 7. They're all pulled off. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go 10, 9 on the 5th, open 6th palm muted, 7th on the 5th. 9th on 3rd, 7th on 5th. So kind of similar to the first bar of this section, but the beginning's different. Into the next bar then, open 6 is palm muted every time, and then it's 7th, back to open 6, 7th again on the 5th, and then 9th fret. You want to add some vibrato here. Doesn't have to be a lot, just a little bit. So let's look at bars 11 and 12. Okay, we're going to go into bar 13, that's open 6 palm muted twice, then 7th on 5th, 9th on 3rd, 7th on 5th, open 6, and then the next bar, open 6, then we've got a little minor run again. So these two bars will sound like this. And then in the 15th bar, then we've got 7th on 5th, palm muted 6, 7th on 5th, and then 3 on the open 6th. So it's... And then continue that for a bit, and that's going to lead into the next section. That's a C and a B power chord. So this is bars 15 and 16. Okay, so now we're into the third and final section of this idea. So this is where the offbeat really comes into it. Now it focuses on two things here. It's going to be on-off technique, which means, and doesn't have anything to do with the offbeat. What it is that we are going to be palm muting the low 6th string, and then in between that, not palm muting the power chord. And the power chord is generally going to fall on the offbeat. So this makes it easier to monitor, or easy to monitor, if you're doing it correctly. Okay, so after the previous part, we're going to start off the low 6th, palm muted. Well, actually, no, we're not going to palm mute it. Oh, yes, we are. Sorry, we are, yeah. So we're going to go 3 on that. Sorry, the first one's not palm muted. I'm getting confused here. So it's the first one not palm muted, next two are, I think. Yeah, so from the previous part. Yeah, so you want to play the first open string not palm muted, and the next two palm muted. And that bit that I'm doing there, just notice that it's power chord, open string palm muted, back to another power chord, open string palm muted. So the easiest way to learn this bit really is just to follow along with me carefully and slowly. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll play it through twice. I'm going to count in before we start. Let's go from bar 16 though. In fact, let's go from the 15th bar. And then on the run through the second time, we'll do the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that wraps things up for today. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for supporting the channel through Patreon, and I'll see you at the next lesson. Bye for now.